Let's see. What is the best? This is from Sam. He says, "What are the best types of links to buy from Semantic Links for my local business?" That depends, Sam. We have a competitive link analysis report service, which goes into where we will you submit the three primary search queries or the three most important search queries to your client or your business or your client's business, whatever. Whatever the three most important products or service are that your business or your client's business provides or offers, that's what you submit when you order the competitive link analysis report. Okay. Then we go in and my team goes and generates the written reports. We do rank reports, so organic rank tracking, local search grid tracking, and citation tracking. And then we analyze the top 5 ranked competitor pages that are ranking for each of the 3 search queries that you submit. And when we analyze that, we average out the data, and then we get the average number of backlinks, the average anchor text ratio, and then the topical metrics or topical requirements. Because let me just demonstrate this. I'll pause the screen for 1 minute. I'm going to open up an example so I can show you. This is the competitive link analysis reports. This is what they look like. Okay. So there's 3 search queries here. The search query, we title the sheet after the search query that we use to collect the data. And then we pull in the top 5 ranked. We geolocate the browser to simulate a search from that location, wherever the GBP is located. Then we go pull in the top 5 ranked pages. Remember, Google doesn't rank web pages for search queries, or excuse me, websites for Google doesn't rank websites for search queries. It ranks web pages, right? So what we want to start with are page level metrics for the top ranked competitors. We want to analyze all the backlink profile information to determine what the average number of links are. And then in local, we classify all anchor text into one of 5 anchor text categories. Brand/URL is what it sounds like. The brand name or the URL is the anchor. Miscellaneous, another term for that is generic. So that's like anchor text like click here, this post, learn more, website, etc. Empty/frame is an iframe, an embed, a redirect, or an image backlink without alternative text. A target anchor is a keyword anchor with a location modifier. And a topic anchor is a keyword only anchor. So these are the only 2 keyword anchor types. These other 3 are non-keyword anchor text types. So you can't over optimize for these 3. You can over optimize for these 2. Does that make sense? And so once we classify the anchor text of the backlink profiles pointing to the ranking pages for that search query, we plug all that data into this sheet, and it gives us the average number of links and the average anchor text ratios for the top ranked performers for that search query. Then we repeat the process for the target assets. Typically, most projects aren't going to have an ID page in the first month, unless you're a student of semantic mastery, in which case they often do have an ID page. But 99% of the clients that come in, new clients that come in, aren't going to have that, but we'll build that in month 1. So we will analyze the homepage backlink, or not the homepage, whatever the page URLs that should be ranking for that search query. We're going to analyze the backlink profile there. Same process. We plug all that data in, and it gives us the number of links to that page and the anchor text ratio for that page URL. And then now we know. And then like as far as the quantity-based metrics, we'll get to relevance metrics in a minute. But now we know that there's 12 links built to this page. The average number of links to the top ranked competitors for that search query is 51. So that means we have the capacity to build 39 links before we approach or exceed the average number of links. And we always try to stay at or below that number if possible. It's not always possible. Sometimes it's been exceeded by the time we take the campaign on. Sometimes we have to exceed that number in order to correct an anchor text ratio imbalance or a topical relevance imbalance. But in any case, this tells us now the quantity-based metrics, which is only quantity-based metrics. That's only a starting point. Next, we need to know the relevance metrics, right? And so that's when then we'll go use a tool. On-Page AI is the tool that I use for this. I don't use On-Page AI for anything other than for the link relevancy functions. And that is to then go submit the target URL and the top 5 ranked pages to Google's natural language API so that Google can tell us exactly which topical categories it identified on each of these pages. And then we reference that data right here. You understand? Each search query is going to have its own set of data. Right? Then we match up Majestic's topical trust flow categories that align with those natural language categories that Google identified. So now we know we have the quantity-based metrics for how many links we can build. We know exactly which anchor text we should be building when building links to the target page, because now we know we're trying to get within range of the top-ranked competitors' anchor text ratio. And now we know the topical relevance of those links, which topical categories we should be using to secure links from. Does that make sense? And so I cannot make any recommendations, not that I can't, I won't make any recommendations for any link services, link types, link quantities, any of that without analyzing the top ranked performers, competitors first. Does that make sense? We use a data driven process. SEO is science and art, but it's more science than art, if that makes sense. And so because of that, we use I don't ever make any link recommendations until and unless I've analyzed actual competitor data. And then that's what informs our decisions as to which types of links, the quantity, the anchor text, the topical relevance, etc. Okay, so I do have a competitive link analysis report service available in the in the Semantic Links dashboard or on Vetted, the Vetted marketplace that I'm also listed on. Or you can just go to our YouTube channel if you wanted, and you could actually do it yourself if you want, and then you could make decisions as to what types of links you need based upon your own analysis. And again, you can just go to our channel, Semantic Mastery at YouTube, and click search for competitive link analysis. And I'm just going to say competitive link right there. And it should be right there, competitive link analysis for local SEO. That is a training video that I just extracted this section, which is an hour and 8 minutes long, from a mastermind webinar where I was showing mastermind members exactly how to create these reports, including, and by the way, in this, if you just click into this, I'll pause it. Right there is the pinned comment that has the spreadsheet template, this template here. And it shows exactly how to use Excel and SEO tools for Excel and Majestic. It's using Microsoft Excel, SEO tools for Excel, which is an extension or an add-on, a plugin that goes into Excel. And then you use Majestic in order to analyze and get topical relevance metrics and all of that kind of stuff. And we show how to do all of this in this video here so that you can determine how to do it on your own if you want to. But if you just want it done for you, we have a service for that. And then I can make recommendations based upon which of our services would be the most relevant and appropriate for that particular campaign based upon what the competitor data tells us is most appropriate. Okay. I don't make recommendations without doing this. Full stop. Good question. Moving on.